Hello friends, welcome to my channel Technical Arnab. Myself Arnab Kundu. Today I will discuss array in Python. Actually, what is an array? Array is a contiguous memory allocation with similar data types. Okay. In Python, array have no fixed size. Okay. And array and list in Python almost similar but have some difference, and the difference is that array elements should be same type but list elements may be different. Okay, so go to the computer screen. An array is a collection of items stored at contiguous memory locations. Okay? The idea is to store multiple items of the same type together. Okay? Array in Python can be created by importing array module. Okay? Array, and within parentheses these are two arguments are there. One is data underscore type, and suppose another is your value underscore list. Okay, is used to create an array with data type and value list specified in its argument. Okay, and some data types are mentioned here which will help in creating an array of different data types, and these are the different data types are there. Okay, now we go for an example. Suppose we write here import and then write array module, and we specified here a alias. Suppose put a name ARR. Okay, and just write a variable val and then equal and just write ARR and then call the function array. Okay, at first we put the data type, so we first take an integer. Small I means actually the signed integer, and when we put capital I is an unsigned integer. Okay, so here we take signed integer and then put a square bracket, put a number, suppose 12, 23, 34, 55, 66. Okay, and close this square bracket and close this parenthesis. Okay, and after suppose we want to print that val variable, and after we save the file. Okay, so just save the file and suppose put a name example27.py. Okay, and just go to the command prompt and just type python example27.py and press enter. So what we get that first part is your data type, means what type of data actually the elements holds. So all the elements should be the same type. So here is a signed integer, that's why small I is given, and there is a list, means list of element whatever the present within that array. Okay, so if we want to pick the elements from the array, so that's why we write for I in and we take a range here. Okay, and we put a 5 because the 5 elements is there, and all we know that the range start from 0 and go up to size -1, so there's a 5 is there, so it's go up to 4. An array also the index, and the index start from 0 and go up to size -1. Suppose if the array have 10 elements, so the index should start from 0 and then it go up to 9. Okay, and array each and every element can be picked up by its index number. Okay, actually array and list have no difference. The basic difference is that all the items in array should be the same types, but for the list is concerned the item may be different. Okay, and after that suppose we are right here print and just write val and within third bracket put I and close this parenthesis. Okay, and then just save that Python script and then just execute this code python example27.py and press enter. So what we get? So at first we get that whatever the print val is concerned, it print whatever the data type is concerned and the elements in form of list, and then each and every element is just picked by this val I, means at first I value is 0, so val 0, this position is 0, so that's why I pick 12, then I is 1, so this position is 23, after I is 2, this position is 34, and after when I position is 4, it picked the 66. Okay, Now we take another example. Suppose write from array import asterisk, okay, and then just write here val equal and just write array, and suppose here we take integer elements, and within square bracket suppose put 34, 66, 78, 12, okay, and after close this parenthesis, and after we use a function. This is a built-in function which is known as buffer underscore info, okay. So just write val dot buffer underscore info, okay, and also we use another variable, built-in variable, just its name type code, okay, and after that we save that file. Suppose put a name example28.py, go to the command prompt, execute this code example28.py, and what we get, actually this buffer info returns a tuple, okay. The first one is an address. Actually this is a current memory address of the buffer used to hold arrays contents, okay, and the second one is the size, means the length of the array, means how many elements are provided within that array. So there are 4 elements is there, so that's why it's also given the size as 4, okay. And the variable type code, it actually provides the data type of the array elements. So the data type of the array elements is a integer, so that's why provide I, and this small I means signed integer, okay. So whatever the elements is there, they are the signed integer. Now the another function we are talking about the reverse, okay. So we are just here use, suppose val dot reverse, reverse, okay, and then suppose we first print the val, and then so write for I in range. So here the 4 elements is there, and after just write print and just write val and within square bracket I. So just save that file and just execute python example28.py and press enter. So what happened? So at first we are declaring the array, and in that order where 34 is first, 66, 78 and 12. But when we call the function reverse, so what happened? It just reverse the element, means the last element go first, the second last element goes the second, and in that way it will ordered. So that's why when we print the val, so it just print 12, 78, 66, 34 in a reverse order, okay. And when we pick the elements from the array, so we got what? The 0th index value is 12, 1th index value is 78, in that way. Elements can be added to the array by using built-in functions like insert. New element can be added at the beginning, end or any index of array, okay. So go for an example. Suppose write import and just write array as a doubler, means we are put a alias here, and then write val arr dot array, and then put the data type and then put some element here, okay, and we put here 4 elements, okay, and then just write print array before insertion, okay, and just using this for loop and put a range, and the range value is 4 because the 4 element is there. So then just print and just write val and within square bracket I, okay, and after we call the insert function, just write val insert 1 comma 50, means the insert function actually insert the element 50 in the position 1, means in the 1 index the new element will be 50, okay. And then again we write print array after insertion. Okay, and then just write this for loop again for I in range. Now if we insert one element, so the total element will be 5, so that's why we put here range value is 5. Okay, and now we print the val and within square bracket I. Okay, now we save this particular Python script and suppose write python29.py and press enter, and then just execute this Python script, python example29.py. So what we get, at first we get what are the element is present individually within that particular array, and after when we insert the 50, at first the one index value is 23, now the one index value is 50, and there is a total 5 elements, 1 2 3 4 5, and before this a 4 element is there. Okay, another function is there is known as append, which is also built in. Okay, which is also used to add the value mentioned in its arguments at the end of the array. Okay, so we are just change some, so here we are just supposed to write val1, and we are just change this particular statement, we are just write here val1 dot append. Okay, and put some value, suppose we put here value is 69. Okay, and after that we just change also here the val1 should be there, and this should be also val1 because we change this variable name. Okay, and we change the function name here append. Okay, now we save that particular file. If we execute this Python script, python example29.py, so what happens, the same way this val1 will pick each and every index, val1 0 is 12, val1 1 is 23, in that way 68, and when we use this append function and the append function argument is 69, we want to append this 69 as a last element of this array. So that's why when we print again the val1 0 in that way, and it should have these 5 elements because before insertion these are 4 elements and after insertion should be the 5 element, so that's why range is 5, and it's print all the 5 elements and the last element is 69, which is append by this append function. Okay, also we can add several items to the array using another built-in function extend. Okay, so we just modify here we use the append, so just we are using here extend, extend. Okay, and we should provide the elements in form of list, so that's why we provide a square bracket. Suppose we put here 102, suppose 105, 220, and suppose 49. Okay, and after close this square bracket and just close this parenthesis. So there is a 4 elements is there already, and now I am already store another 4, so total 8. So range will be also 8, means the index should be from 0 to 7. Okay, that's why total 8 elements is there. So now we save that particular Python script, just go to the command prompt and just type python example29.py and press enter. So what happened, at first we get the 4 elements whatever the present within that array using this print val1 I, means 0 1 2 3. Okay, and after we insert this 4 elements with that particular existing array. So what happened, after 68 the rest of the 4 elements is just inserted, means several elements can insert within that array using this function extend. Okay, now elements can be removed to the array by 2 built-in functions. One is remove functions and another is pop function. Okay, so at first we modify that particular Python script. So here suppose we write here remove, and we want to remove the element 23 from that particular existing array is concerned, and here we write here deletion because array before deletion, and here we write array after deletion. Okay, and also so how many elements will be there after deletion, should be 3 because total 4, 1 is removed, so 3 will be there. Okay, we save that file and now you execute that Python script, right? Python example29.py and press enter. So what happened? At first we get all 4 elements, but after we call the remove function and it removes these 23 from the array element. So there is a 23 is there, so that's why after deletion, when we print individual index of the array, so there is no 23 because the 23 is no more there because it is removed from there. Okay, remove function removes only one element at a time. Okay, now we talk about pop function. Pop function can also be used to remove and return an element from the array, but by default it removes only the last element of the array. To remove element from a specific position of the array, index of the element is passed as an argument to the pop function. Okay, so again we just modify here. So here just type here print and just write here val1 dot pop. Okay, and we don't provide anything into there, so that means by default it will pop up the last element, the 68 is concerned, from the present array is concerned. So just save that file and just execute Python example29.py and press enter. So what happened? At first we get these 4 elements into there, and there's a 68. Why? Because we already told the pop is also pick up the last element, means whatever the element it pop up is just return. So that's why this print the 68 again, and after deletion what happened? We get this 3 element because 68 is no more there because this is just removed from there. Okay, and suppose if we put some argument, suppose we put here 1. Okay, and now if we save that file and again if we execute this Python script, just write Python example29.py and press enter. So what happened? This is a 4 element is there and the one index is 23, means one index value is 23, that's why it's picked 23 here, given 23, and after deletion what happened? 23 is no more there. Either you can put blank, means if you don't put any argument here, so by default it pop up the last element of the array, and if you put the index number, so this particular index number element will be removed from the array. Okay, I hope that you have understood today's topic. For more videos, keep watching my channel Technical Arquine. Thank you and bye bye.